Might be a little delayed. Let's see. Might be a little delayed. Y'all might be a little delayed. We're coming through. Apologize. We'll apologize for any delay and any skipping. What's going on, everybody? It's Boss Cowboys and Big Game James here for our Final Thoughts podcast. What's up with you, big dog?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I feel good.
Well, let's hope we feel good. I just had a battle yesterday with this Cleveland Browns fan. I smashed him, but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, man, this team. It's not. I'm not. It's. It's almost like a mirror image. You know what I'm saying? A mirror image of the Cowboys, a talented, underachieving team. Remember we talked about that. Earlier this week. This reminds me of the Cowboys. The Browns remind me of the Cowboys. Talented but underachieving, like not playing to their talent. And so that's why this is going to be a weird game to me Sunday. So kind of before we kind of go into some breakdowns, what's your kind of initial thoughts about this?
Uh, it's a sneaky tough game. It's the first thing that's obvious to me when I scouted this team and watched their three games is they're definitely a downhill team.
Mm-hmm.
They have beautiful toys on the outside that can get loose, but they really don't use them. They more so use Chubb to kind of protect Baker Mayfield's bad decision making, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
good formula.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real good formula, and it's starting to work. So the first thing my thoughts was just it's pretty obvious that run stopping is going to be the most important part of our game. That if we can play like we played game two and game three, we gonna walk away with this W. Now, if we let them get loose in the running game, it's gonna open up a lot.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big issue because they're coming downhill, like you said, with Kareem Hunt. They're coming downhill with Nick Chubb. And, I like Nick Chubb. I liked him at Georgia. He's that one cut runner. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful. Seems like he gets stronger as the game goes on. But that addition to Kareem Hunt really solidified it to me because Kareem Hunt, man, you know, he's a really good back. I mean, he's a back that's got really good feet. I mean, he can hit that hole. He's got good feet inside the hole. He's a good receiver out of the backfield. He can block. So that's a great combination that they set up over there. And it's a good 1-2 combo because, as you see, I think Nick Chubb is averaging about 18 carries a game, and 17 to 18 carries a game, and then you have Kareem Hunt around 13 carries. So you see they're splitting the carries ratherly good, and then you can see they'll start out Chubb with the first couple plays, and then you see Kareem Hunt come out of there. So it's a good 1-2 combo, and it makes sense to me because Stefanski, in my opinion, got smart and said, you know what, Baker Mayfield, when you throw too much, we tend to lose. So let's reel you in. Let's ball control this. The less you throw, the better chance we have to win. And that has proved true in the first three games. First game he threw for 39. He threw 39 times. It was an L that got blew out.
Yep.
The next two games he threw for 24 times each game. They came out with two wins.
Yeah, and they was downhill game two and game three, all just and they're pure play action and major crossing routes, and they can get fast in a hurry if their running game working.
Mm-hmm.
So but Baker to me is somebody that you just kind of you got to go at him because if you give him clean pockets, he's a good quarterback. Like he
Mm-hmm.
can actually march downfield, but he's also risking. He take risk, and his decision making is still not mature.
Yeah, he's
He doesn't
suspect.
protect the football.
Mm-hmm.
So that's to me the person we should kind of put our our focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that one of the major things to me and keys to this game is definitely stopping the run, but also Brackett and Landry in like third and eights, third and
Yes.
tens,
Yes.
because Landry is his security blanket. He's
Mm-hmm.
the young Jason Witten to Tony Romo to Baker. He trusts him and he gets open, he wins. Um, I actually would, just I want to get your thoughts on this, but man, I wanted to go dog on this one. I want to put Jordan Lewis on him, the
on
Giant Killer.
on Jordan on Jarvis Landry.
Yeah,
Whew. I mean, that's I don't know because Jordan hasn't been playing the greatest right now. I mean,
no,
hasn't been playing terrible, but he hasn't been playing the greatest. He got a couple penalties in that Seattle game, back-breaking penalties, in my opinion. If he didn't have the one hold on the grab of the arm of Tyler Lockett, I mean, we had the interception, but honestly, if he didn't grab him, that was a touchdown because Russell Wilson saw it before he grabbed his arm. That's why he grabbed his arm because that was going to be a touchdown because he was already beat. I don't know. I definitely agree with you with the bracket with Jarvis Landry because OBJ, as much as we know what he is, he's never really destroyed Dallas even when he was with the Giants, and I feel like Eli Manning was the better quarterback than the Baker Mayfield. You get what I'm saying? So he was more
yeah,
explosive with Eli Manning. Baker Mayfield, I agree with you with Jarvis Landry being his security blanket because I feel like he's the guy that's going to kill us, like you said, on the 3rd and 7s, the 3rd and 9s, when we're really needing to get them off the field. Jarvis Landry comes up with the big catches. I mean, that would seem to be the best because I don't know if Worley is that guy to do it. And as much as I love Diggs, he's still a rookie. And Jarvis Landry sees a rookie, I feel like he's going to take him to school because he's going to know everything to do to Trevin Diggs. And that's not knocking any of Diggs' talent. But I feel like a Jarvis Landry, who's a smart player, and I feel like who really studies the game, is going to see, oh, I got this rookie on me. Watch this play, what I'm going to do to him. Hit me right here. You know what I mean?
yeah. And the reason why I favor that matchup is not even more so skill. It's almost like dog on dog, right? And me and you, we from the same era, so we remember Detroit, right? Basketball team,
Mm-hmm.
right? Pistons. And Lambeer wasn't the best, but Lambeer was the guy that was always assigned to the other team's best to frustrate him, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So, and Landry is a hothead, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I want to put the dog on dog to even play the psychological game and let them kind of go at each other because they both are hot tempered guys and
Mm-hmm.
very competitive guys. So and Jordan Lewis, as of late, yeah, he made some bad plays. Historically, you could trust him in big situations, like when they put him on Ingram in the New York Giants game, and that was 2018. He showed up,
Mm-hmm.
and they put him on Kamari. He showed up, and this is going into his third game, and hopefully he got his legs back. But to me, I was trying to figure out the chess match to kind of limit Landry because to me, it's gonna be a combination of Chubb and Landry that would be frustrated in terms of keeping those drives going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, at what point do you insert this chess piece to limit one, either with a bracket or the most competitive guy?
Right. It's going to be a tough thing. It's going to be interesting. I hate to change the subject right quick, but we just got word that La'el Collins is going to be out for the whole year. I mean, I knew it. I said it before that as soon as he got in that injury, I felt like this is just say it. He's out. Just remember we talked about it last week. Just stop playing with us Cowboys fans. Just stop talking with the media. We know he's hurt. We know he's not going to be back. Just say it. But I will say that I hope they get the surgery done, whatever it is now, and not wait till they always do at the end of the damn year, get stuff done, and then it trickles into 2021. Recognize it now and let's get done with it. So now we understand what it is. So I feel like, honestly, this is Brandon Knight's, because he's going to be our right tackle. This is Brandon Knight's time to really solidify what he is going to be with the Cowboys organization down the line, because we're going to have to rely on him, and still is probably going to have to be the backup now. And now it's worrisome because Tyron Smith, who's possibly playing in this game, we still don't know how he's going to be all year. So it's a slippery slope right now with this offensive shuffle. So what's your kind of thoughts on La'el Collins being out the whole year?
I feel good about it. Like, it
Really?
going into game one, I would feel horrible because you wouldn't know how the young guys are going to perform. But at this point, we got 3 games of steel. We got 3 games a night. Pretty much got beat one time,
Mm,
in 2 games. Just he got beaten Seattle game in fourth quarter, but he been holding his pass pro has been immaculate. So I mean, even if he's a clone of Doug Free, right? And remember, he was a liability on pass pro, but
Mm-hmm.
very reliable on the running game, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I'm definitely not in a panic. I feel like still, I wanted him to be the number two up and coming guy anyway behind Knight, for him to develop because I think he's a future guy. Putting him out there this early, it was almost like eventually he was gonna meet his match. He was gonna meet that veteran that was gonna kill him, because like Tack was killing him. So, and it's definitely people better than Tack in the league
Yeah,
that's
I mean he
covered.
was getting worked in Seattle too.
Yeah, so it's Knight showed that he got that year two seasoning on him, and they usually make their biggest gains between year one and year two. So I feel secure with even both those guys. Knight get to now slow it down, hit the weight room, heal, get over his food poisoning, because he really do he need to really be in that weight room hard now, like
Mm-hmm.
right now, like trying to gain 10 pounds in the season, like right now, because
Mm-hmm.
he might end up playing
Oh
again.
yeah, he's probably is gonna play again. That's why I have the feeling he is gonna play again. So yes, get that lower body built up because that's the biggest thing.
Right now.
Upper and lower. He just looks like a big body, but it's soft. It looks like his body is soft and not solid. Like when you see the difference between him and a Tyron Smith. Obviously, there's not too many Tyron people built like Tyron Smith, but you get what I'm saying. You got to have some kind of it just looks like he's a soft body, even though he's a big boy, just like he's a soft body. And, when you got a soft body like that and it's not mature, them grown ass men that have been playing in this game for 5, 6, 7, 8 years are going to handle you, dog. It's just like you a grown man with your son. Your son could have some good ass strength, but you older and you got grown man strength. So that grown man strength is gonna, oh damn, your son be like, damn, dad, I didn't know you had that. Yeah, that's called grown man strength, son. And I'm gonna push you around. You think you're a badass? I'm gonna show you how grown I am and put grown man strength on you. And I think that's what it is and what's going on with Steele. So hopefully, like I said, Tyron Smith can play because that's going to be huge to me. That's going to be one of the key factors in the game for me because I think that's going to help Ezekiel Elliott really get off. Because here's the thing with the Cleveland Browns defense, I know they got Myles Garrett, but they are going to be missing Claiborne. That's big to me. He has 2 sacks on the team. They got Sheldon Richardson. What's your boy that was with the Giants and he came over to
Oliver. Oliver Vernon.
yeah, Olivier Vernier. He's on
Olivier.
the down, but he's not that guy any longer. He's kind of on the
Right.
downtrend. They got a young boy named Jordan Elliott, rookie from Missouri. I think he's a good player. Joe Jackson's on the team. He's got some snaps. But at the end of the day, even with that talent, I watched the Washington Redskins get 30 first downs on them with Dwayne Haskins, with Gibson as their running back. You get what I'm saying? I seen Joe Burrow, even though he threw the ball everywhere, I seen him still throw for almost over 300 yards. You get what I'm saying? Mixon was running the ball, but they got in a hole, so they went to passing the ball. And then I seen the Ravens dissect him, not even really in the run game, but passing game, because Jackson was 20 or 25 in that game. So you can run or pass on this team. As much talent as they have, they can be exposed. They got a kid named Thompson in the slot. He's one of the worst guys in the slot right now, giving up a 115 rating against him. CeeDee Lamb, go after him. Cedric, look, you feel me? We got the guys. They're banged up in the secondary. They're banged up all across the board. So we can take advantage of their defense, but our guys really need to bring it on the defense, man. We can't have these bonehead plays and miss communication, especially in a game like this, to give these guys confidence.
Exactly, man. I think that's so well said. And I want to go back before I talk about the defense real quick, but I want to go back to one more point about Liel being out.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else helping Liel?
What's that?
Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Dak offseason helping him because you can see the mobility is better with Dak. Like Dak is maneuvering in the pockets better, and that help your struggling tackles. Like a lot of people don't talk about that, but that's a big deal. Like a quarterback that can actually feel pressure and make the right adjustments and keep his bite under control, shoulder squared, finding those throwing lanes intuitively. You can see his offseason. So I feel good about our offense. And so, and to pivot to what you were saying on the defense, almost regardless on the defense, man, I think we need to go into it. If I was McCarthy, I would secretly go into it with a mode that our offense is going to win this. I just think we kind of geared up to be able to run their legs out. They don't have the endurance of our offense. In terms, they like talent for talent, paper on paper, they're so pretty. but just team wise, they not built to me to kind of keep going like we are. And in terms of defense, I mean, we called it last week. We said last week the biggest keys was to not give up the what? Big plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seattle was full of what? Big plays. Like all the film prior to when we played them said they strike you going big.
Yeah. We
And
said they were going to go deep, didn't we?
yeah,
We said they were
yeah,
going deep.
that's a home run team. So you know, to the points. Remember, I said don't laugh and don't think I'm being scary when I say this, but I said play a lot of cover 3
Mm-hmm.
and keep everything in front. And that to me, that was the perfect formula because we was getting a lot of pressure on him.
But see, here's the thing. I want to ask you this, though, boss. That's where people are busting on Mike Nolan and things that nature. But I didn't see where Mike Nolan was calling a bad defense. That was bad play by our players. And that's what pisses me off. And I'm not giving Mike Nolan a pass by any means because he said he was going to be more aggressive. He said he was going to blitz more. He only blitzing 20% of the time. Said he was going to do this. So I still need to see more from Mike Nolan. But at the end of the day, those are plays that he called that were, to me, correctly called plays. If you played them right, the players make the plays, then they're off the field. So it's hard for me to really get on Nolan in that aspect when I see Xavier Woods and Thompson. First of all, I seen Xavier Woods on 2 plays on that long touchdown to Lockett standing there while Lockett gets behind him. He just stood there and then reacts late. And then the second one on the 4th and 5 for the touchdown to DK Metcalf, he jumped the route because Diggs was in a zone. So he jumped the route to the short route, and then when Russell's sitting there staring at him, he sits there. You don't know anybody's behind you? And then when Russell throws it, then he wants to react at the last minute. Him and Thompson react at the last minute. Like, you guys are not on the same page. You can tell. They are not on the same page. Either it's Xavier Woods, are you going rogue again like they were saying last year, or what's really going on in that system where you guys are letting this happen? Because to me, I can't blame Mike Nolan every time when that was those were 2 basic passes.
Man, you hitting it on the head, man, because you know I was heavy on Mike Nolan and we went into week 3 saying the adjustments that we wanted to see. And I felt like for the most part, we saw those adjustments. We saw Tank emerge. Now he didn't get the sacks, but his pressures was epic,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's one of the keys to Russell Wilson and Baker Mayfield is to get them off their dime.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the keys. So I would play the Browns like we played them, except I wouldn't be conservative with cover 3 because I don't believe in Baker Mayfield deep
Right.
ball like Russell Wilson.
Exactly.
So I would
And
get
the
in their
accuracy.
face. I don't believe in his accuracy downfield. Now on his crossing patterns, Baker shows he's a first rounder, bro.
Right.
I mean first overall. Like they crossing patterns, bro. He hitting all those in stride, just like beautiful. Like he still looked like a first overall pick, you know, in terms of that part of his game, but his vertical game is not on the level of Russell. It's not on the level of Dak in terms of downfield accuracy.
And he's skittish in that pocket too, though. You feel
Yeah.
me? He'll quick to leave that pocket. He feels a little bit of pressure. He's quick to run out of it. So,
Yeah,
you know,
and he'll put his head down too.
yeah.
So he don't keep his eyes up when he feel pressure. He put his head down. He misplays.
He misses a lot of plays, and that's why I want him to, like we basically said in the very beginning, that's why I want him to put the game on him. Let him feel dangerous. Let him feel like,
Yeah, go at him.
you know, he's coming from Texas. You know, he's maybe want to show and prove. You know what I mean? Maybe he wants to blow up in front of the home crowd. Do that. Do too much because that's what we want. We want you to do too much. We want you to go out there and try to force it. We want you to go try to show off in front of your family and all that because when you tend to do that, you make a lot of mistakes when you tend to get like that. And like I said, that's why Stefanski, to me, reeled him in and said, you know what? We ain't going to win like that with you because I feel like, you know, like I said, if you put the game on Baker, I mean, I'll take my odds with that. That's just me, in my opinion. I'll take my odds if Baker's taking gets the ball at the 20, got to take it all down to score a touchdown. I'll take my odds that he's not going to do that. That's just in my opinion. So my thing is Alden Smith. We know DeMarcus Lawrence has been limited, but we need to see something from some Everson Griffin. You know, we need to see some Poe. We need to see some. We need Alden Smith definitely. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., you've been in the game. Where you been at? We need to see these guys initiate the pressure Jalen Smith, I know he's been making hella tackles. I mean, they've been sending on blitzes. And here's the thing, like you said, Dallas was pressuring with Russell. It wasn't like he was sitting back there all day. He had a few plays,
Oh, they
but
was back there.
Dallas was putting hella pressure on him.
Man, they were hurting him, bro.
They
Like,
were in that backfield a lot. People don't
yeah,
want
he
to
got
see that.
hit a lot. Like,
Yeah,
I saw him get up one time, like, you know when they got that
yeah,
look
yeah.
like my job hard. Like,
Oh, I mean, they were pressuring him. They were
that
getting
was
that
the
backfield.
formula. If we would have stopped the D ball, we beat them by 2 touchdowns,
All
maybe
right.
3.
I mean,
You right. He called a good game, bro, but I can't put this one on Mike. I can't, bro. Like, and
this
that's
is
just
on
honest.
the D. This is just
This was on
the D.
individuals.
Individuals.
It's one part that I put on Mike though. Overall team discipline on the defense, because it was too much people wide open. From that standpoint, and matter of fact, I'm not gonna even put it on Mike. I'm gonna drill it down. You got to go to the root, the safety coach, because they was missing their keys. So like when you're on goal line, right, the safety's supposed to watch their keys. And what you're doing is you're trying to see if my guy blocks down, that tells me it's run and I can attack, right? If he release, I go with him. So if your eyes in the backfield, you're not going to read the key. And if you don't read the key, you more so trying to go in there based on instinct, based on reading what your responsibility is. And when we were seeing all those tight ends go and Lockett going wide open on goal line, that's discipline. And that means he not really enforcing it to make them kind of fear making bonehead plays. Like, that's why I said even with Diggs from the Rams won, I said, I don't mind how he got beat. Why? Because they had to throw a perfect ball on him. But when they come in wide open like that, that's the only thing I'll put on Mike. Well, not even Mike.
Let's talk about Lindquist.
Yeah.
Because he's a rookie. Nobody's talking about him. He's the secondary coach like Al Harris, but he was the safety guy. He was the guys with the safety coach.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, it's time to let's talk about him, because
drill down. Yeah, we got to drill down, because the real breakdown was safety.
Right.
That was the real breakdown. And the people that was coming free, the responsibilities was on the safety. And it was and them corners for the we knew the corners was gonna have a hard time. We knew that. Mm-hmm. You Russell Wilson them on fire. Mm-hmm. So we went into that game like just help them pass rush, just because we know,
because we already knew Russell was going to get his off. We knew that was going to be that type of game. Yeah. But what we didn't know, even when we talked about them big plays, because here's the thing, we talked about it on air. You have to limit those big plays. That's what they're going to do. So if we're talking about it, you guys have to know that. So you have to know he's going to play action. You have to know with DK Metcalf he's going to go deep. You have to know that he's going to try to go deep with Tyler Lockett. Y'all have to know that. And for that to happen numerous times is concerning. And as I said, I mean, we got to talk about, nobody's talking about Maurice Lindquist, rookie defensive back coach from the safeties coach from college, never coached in the NFL. Nobody's talking about him. We talk about Mike Nolan. We talk about the other coaches, but nobody's mentioned his name. And from what I know, he was over the safeties. You get what I'm saying? And that's where we're seeing the issues. So that's something that needs to be looked at, like you said, drilled down, dumbed down, where we got to figure that out, because this can't continue to happen, especially when you're about to go on this run where you're playing teams that you are definitely beatable. So you can't have these mental mistakes going on with the defense when you're playing the Washington football team, when you're playing the Giants, when you're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. That's your quick way to get 3-0 in your division. You're back in the NFC race. You get what I'm saying? And then you're getting your, and you still got the Cardinals as well, so you can notch out another NFC. So you got a good stretch of games where you can get it under control, okay, with a win tomorrow. But at the end of the day, there's got to be more discipline. And like I said, we got to figure out what Maurice Lindquist is doing back there, because seems like this is happening more than not.
Yeah. and then the whole management of the safeties. Like, man, I'm sorry. I just got to be honest with you. This is why I hate that we didn't see preseason big game, James,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody can tell me that Ha Ha Clinton Dix was worse than these
That's what
guys.
I said on my dog. I said this like 2 days ago when I did a solo show, and I was like, "Man, was haha really that damn
No
bad?"
way, bro. Ha
There's
Ha didn't.
that's what he was good at.
Yeah,
We talked about it,
yes.
boss.
Yeah,
We
deep
said he
thirds.
wasn't. We said he's not the greatest tackler. He will take bad ankles. He don't want. He takes business decision on tackling. But one thing, the reason why they got him out of college and he was a high draft pick was his coverage ability, his size, and his coverage ability.
Yeah, he got
So
the ball. He went
it
and got it.
it
Deep.
yes, and it just kills me. I'm like, wow, he was playing that bad where you had a Darian Thompson. Wow, that's
And see, and let's just be honest, man. I'm gonna be all the way honest, man. I said this earlier. When I was hearing about Darian Thompson, we know who he is. He's great on run support. He's a liability in the pass game. We know
mm-hmm,
that. We're
mm-hmm,
like, we got hype on him last year because we saw him coming up on run support, but then we saw the Philly game
mm-hmm,
and we saw other games where it was like, oh no, that dude can't cover. Like he not really gonna be that guy back there that even though you have a slow 40, you play fast,
mm-hmm,
he plays slow back there. Just what it is. So when I was hearing about him and Woods again,
mm-hmm.
I wasn't buying it. I was like, it was almost like that off-season sales job that they do on us, like when they was trying to hype us up on receiver by committee.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was
Yeah.
more like a
Didn't
marketing
they hype
thing.
that shit? Didn't they hype
They
that shit?
hyped it, and it's like you trying to like I could like from covering these guys, like you cover these guys, you start developing a sense of their patterns. Like I ain't believing this one, bro.
Right,
Like I'm
right,
not gonna drink y'all Kool-Aid on the Xavier Woods
right.
2 off seasons in a row,
And I
because
wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid on Darian Thompson. Like, y'all can't spin
no,
that to me. Y'all can't spin
mm-mm.
like, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's playing great. No, you not. I can't. You can't. I'm sorry. He's a backup. I mean, just like with Joe Looney. Joe Looney can play hard and play good and do his job, but that doesn't mean he's still not a backup,
Yeah, back up.
right?
Yeah.
We've seen players in the NFL, we've seen players in the NBA, right, do really good, but that don't mean they a starter. That means you ain't found nobody to be the starter. But once you find the starter, what are they gonna do? Be a damn good backup.
Yeah, man. And so and this is the thing, and just to bring up Earl Thomas one more time. Just imagine that at one point we was actually negotiating giving up a second rounder, right, for Earl Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, we saying we don't want him at all. You know
I
what I
mean, but
mean?
don't nobody want him, big dog. Well, I
Yeah, but
mean,
like,
Houston.
it's a whole lot of teams. I think it's about money. I'm sure we want him. I think it's about at what amount.
Well, see, I said that too, but some people tried to shoot me down when I got some inside intel about Jerry does want him, but it could be the money factor. That's what some people from the Cowboys land have told me, and these are people that I feel like they talk to Jerry a lot, and and from when they tell me that Jerry wants Earl Thomas, but he thinks it's money. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to put his name out there, but he does think it's money. And this guy is close to Jerry and talks to him a lot. And so
Yeah, so that
that
says
just
my
fit.
intuition is right. Likely, because
Like
I'm
we really think. Come on, I mean,
yeah, we
uh,
want Earl, bro. Like it.
boss. We had Greg Hardy, who was accused of choking and beating up a woman with guns, beating her. We seen the photos. Everybody seen it before he was brought in with the team. He still got on team. We seen Jerry get crazier Pac-Man Jones after he had did all that crazy stuff. Dallas signed him. You feel me? Dallas Earl can't have did something crazier than Dallas has already seen. Let's keep it real. As Earl did something so crazy that the Dallas Cowboys organization has not seen or has not brought somebody in. Are we really saying that? That's why I just don't believe that. People keep on spinning that to me, and maybe they're closer to the Cowboy beat than me, and so they could say that. But in my heart, I'm not going to believe it because Jerry's had crazier incidents and crazier players than this
Yeah.
to sit there and say, oh, no, you did this. I'm not bringing you in because of that. I really think it's about the bread.
Yeah, it's about I almost bet $1 million is about the bread because we are ranked right now 29th in total yards through the air. We're the third worst team in yards.
Mm-hmm.
People are moving the ball on us easy, and the
Easily.
majority of that is on our safeties.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Jones in 2017, oh, it was 2018, when after game one, when they rolled out receiver by committee, he immediately went and got Bryce Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when he was sitting down with Dez at one of the concerts or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows when there's an obvious deficit. He's a football man. He knows. So Steven, though, in my opinion, is a very patient businessman,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna do deals, in my opinion, according to best timing. And I think the best timing that he's looking at is the trade deadline. And I think that's why you see a lot of moves around the trade deadline. It's because that's generally the best timing. That's when Cooper fell to us,
Right. And then
where
he can,
teams
and
kind
then
of
we can
already can kind of
evaluate.
feel what their future is.
Right. We can
Like if you like
evaluate.
the Raiders
This
and
might save our season. Let's do this.
yeah, let's might save our season, or we already know we're in tank mode. Let's try to get up there and get our guy. You
Mm-hmm.
already look into the future. You start knowing that closer to trade, and then deals start kind of emerging. So I'm thinking that it's a both of those guys kind of have that artificial deadline. And Steven and Jerry, they love those artificial deadlines, So I think they both eyeing it, and then it's a leverage game. It's almost like Earl sitting back like, y'all want to stay 29th, or do y'all want to at least come to 15th and where y'all be 2-1 versus 1-2? You know, so and then he's sitting back like, do y'all want to come to my number or and I think that's what's going on right now. And if Earl was to listen to this podcast, this is what I would tell Earl. At this stage of your career, take a discount. It makes sense. Like to finish your career in Dallas, to be the person that took us from 29th to 17th. First of all, jersey sales go be ridiculous with you, even though you don't really get that.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing that's big though is that you can become legendary in a city that's known for helping their players after their career, right? You can, and then this is also one of the best places to then guarantee you a television job after football. Because there's so many people with rings that get skipped, right? Because like Kirk Warner was mad because who he gets skipped by? Witten for the Monday night job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Romo, Aikman, Moose. Bro, we already know. Like we got I know names on television. Just go do you 1 year of here for the low on pennies because you go make a bunch of career money after football. I mean, that's just really like you don't ask Dak to take a discount because this is his first contract. You have to tail in, bro. You got about 3 more years left.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like go on, get in. We know Steven trying to get over on you, but you at that point to where you go get a gold jacket and a TV job and be announcing, and they go start referring to you as Earl Thomas for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right. Right.
And that's epic, bro. Like, so Earl, this to me ain't the time to be kind of back and forth because the Ravens already got to pay you.
Right. And I mean, like I said, money got to be the issue because there's nobody on our team that's better than Earl Thomas, even at his age and his skill set that's probably declining some now. We get that. We understand it. But even at his skill set and his stature, he's still better than every safety we have on our team right now. So that's a definite immediate upgrade. You're going to tell me, oh, you got Earl Thomas on the team and you're still going to start Darian Thompson. No, you're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Darian Thompson will probably be better. And people are calling, oh, we need Jeff Heath back. Well, bro, don't nobody want no Jeff Heath back. I don't. I'm going to keep it real. Maybe you do. I don't. Because I feel like even then, Jeff Heath still, we hailed him. It's just because we didn't have nobody. That's why you hailed him. But if you actually have a safety, you would never talk about a guy like him. You get what I'm saying? And that's just the point. You only talk about a Jeff Heath and want him back because we ain't had a safety in so damn long. So he was like the best choice right now because he was the best, most productive one. But it don't mean he was good. Just he was the best we had. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's been the problem with our team. So I mean, hopefully they figure this damn thing out. But at the end of the day, with this game coming in tomorrow, dog, I'm like I said, I feel like we can move the ball up and down on this team. I really feel like we can have a lot of those yards. But once again, we got to get up there early. We got to score early. Let's get a 7-0 lead and put pressure on Baker Mayfield and them. That's what I want. I don't want Baker Mayfield playing with a lead. That's one guy. And not that I'm scared of him, but I feel like this dude, he's a mental case to me. He's all about mental. You get in his brain and mind early, he starts acting weird and funky with that ball and just turning it over and doing bad things. When he starts feeling really, really good about himself, he starts getting that swagger about himself. He starts playing like making throws that you're like, damn, he just made that throw. You get what I'm saying? He'll be on the run. You be on his ass. He'll throw a 20-yard zinger, and it don't even look like it's supposed to get there, and blam. You feel me? I don't want one of these. This is, to me, could be one of those Jason Garrett type games that I do not want. If you understand what I'm saying, playing the Browns with talent, we know how these games go with the Cowboys in the past, right? We know how these games go with a team like Cleveland. We know how these games go. So please, let's not have that type of game tomorrow. We got to come in there with a different mentality, man. We got to come in there with this aggressive type mentality, especially on this defense. Like I said, I don't know, man. What do you think they got to make some plays? I mean, what do you think they really got to do? Not all, because I want to talk about the offensive line right quick. I know you said bracket Landry, but on the front, what kind of fronts do you think we should be able to do to really attack this team? Should we play some 7-8 man fronts, really gear out to say, Nick Chubb, you're not beating us. Kareem Hunt, you're not beating us. Baker, beat us. Would you go in with the mentality like that against this Cleveland Brown team?
Man, I think we're thinking exactly the same. It's dangerous because on the outside they're very dangerous on the outside, but at the same time we gotta win on first down. We gotta have seconds and sevens, seconds and second and six at the most. And see, this is the sad thing. I'm not gonna say sad. When you look at Chubb and Hunt playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, both of those balls are massive yak guys.
Right.
This is a game like they're massive yak guys. Like they're like Zeke on yak. Like it's
They're
not.
killing. They're at yards after contact, dog. They're both doing good. I think yards after contact. I think Chubb is like 4.7, and Kareem Hunt is like right behind them. They're both ahead of Zeke in yards after contact.
Yeah, and I ain't never even know the number. The tape told me that. You know what I mean? And they doing it because they're good, bro.
They
They're
got a good
good.
offensive line too, though.
Yeah,
They
they
got a
got
good
yeah,
young offensive line.
and it's the vision, the jump cuts, man, and just like you looking at
They
two
finish their
complete backs.
runs, and they finish their runs.
They
That's
finish runs.
like
They
Zeke,
like
like Zeke. They finish runs, and that's huge. You know, like we always talk about Zeke falling forward. Chubb and them are always falling forward. You get what I'm
yes,
saying?
bro.
They are a
Yeah.
force, and we have to really, because I think they're really going to be stubborn with that run. And when
Yeah, we gotta. This the only reason they might not though.
because they
So
might
like if
try to
we
come
do,
out and try to switch it up on us.
because if we come out like me and you saying film, if I'm watching
They're
like
gonna play
so,
action the shit out of us, though, dog.
yes, no doubt,
They're gonna
and they
play.
go test us vertical
Yeah,
because film
just to
says
see.
what?
Yeah, film says you can
Film
do it.
says you can do it. So like I would
They might
expect
try
like
it early. They might try it early. They might
yeah,
try when
I
they
see
get the ball
Baker going at us with 2 strikes early.
in the first couple plays, because maybe they do that because they say, you know what, we already think you're going to try to stop this run, so let's test your secondary early and see where it's at. Let's see if
Back
we can
up.
let's see if we can get somebody deep, and if they get a pass where even if it's not complete and that could have been long, now we got y'all backing up. Now let's hit you with this run.
Yeah, and because film say that we weak deep, so
Super
I
weak.
mean, but I would still come because it really all depends, man. Like if we coming out in the base defense and we holding them to like second and 7 and they marching downfield slow, I'm cool. Then we'll play a balanced attack, to where we still respecting our outside weapons, right?
Mhm.
But if they gashing us, bro, yeah, we got to bring pressure. We got to stack box and say, okay, we don't trust Baker to beat us with his arm. You know what they say about Dak? That's what we should say about Baker.
That's
I
what
don't
I
trust
feel.
you.
I don't
Yeah,
trust you.
yeah. So let's stack the
Beat
box.
us.
and we gotta win, bro. We gotta really be very physical. This is the game that I wish the chatter was against the defensive line, because it's almost every time there's chatter, they play
They play
better.
better.
Like week one, they lost against the Ram up front.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive front got whooped.
Mm-hmm.
Week two, the middle showed up, the edges didn't show up. So
Mm-hmm.
what was we focusing on?
Right.
The edges.
Right.
That chatter, Alden showed up 3 sacks. Law, I think Tank had like 8 to 9 pressures. Crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I ain't
Yeah,
saying that about you this
yeah,
week.
but we still need them sacks from him though.
No, we still need them sacks, and I ain't discounting it. I'm just saying
But
though, in terms of
he still,
impact.
yeah, he
Yeah,
still
in
is.
terms of game impact, because we both said we needed at least Russell to get sacked 3 times.
Right.
Alden got us that.
Yeah,
The
we got
other
4.
guys gave us the pressures, but
Mm-hmm.
we do want that out of a high paid guy. That's fair. But at the same time, I wish this was the week that we was clamoring, because if we walk in there kind of like cocky,
That's what I'm
bro.
kind of feeling like. I don't
Ooh,
know. That's what I'm kind of worried about the mindset, because I don't know the mindset of the team right
yeah,
now.
bro.
You feel me? Like I do not
Yes.
know the mindset of this team. Like I don't know where their head is at. That's where I guess I don't. That's why I'm confused about this game. Like the
It's a
Seattle
true
game,
trap game.
it's like, yeah, I knew those other games, but this game I don't have any kind of feeling for it, because I don't know what the pulse of our team is right now. I
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you, this is when I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know in the first 2 series from 2 things, both series on both sides. If they killing us early on the run game,
mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a close game.
Yes.
If it's a kind of 50-50, we they gashes on the first down on this one, but the second series, I mean the when they move the chains the second time, it's now 2nd and 9. Oh, we go win by 2 touchdowns. If we stuff in the run, we go blow them out.
I feel you. I feel like if we're in that game where we're every time that them guys are getting the ball, we just stuffing them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel.
blowout.
Yeah, I feel like it will be a blowout, because I feel like we're gonna get some turnovers. I just feel like that's gonna happen. If
And
we
it's gonna
really,
force Bake to throw.
yes, and I feel like he's gonna make a mistake. You know, he's
Yep.
gonna make a big mistake, a big one.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can see how it goes in your head, how this could go, but they really, you know, guys in the secondary, like they said, they have to be cognizant of this play action play. They have to be cognizant. They may try us deep, but we still have to say we are stopping the run. Like they go in the game saying Ezekiel Elliott ain't beating us. Like you said, Dak got to
Right.
beat us. Ezekiel Elliott ain't gonna beat us though. We don't give a hell. We gonna stack this box the whole damn game and make Dak beat us. I don't understand why we can't go in that mentality with the Baker Mayfield. Like, hey, Dick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, they ain't running on us no matter what. Okay, if Baker beat us, we ain't going to like that, but it ain't going to be that running game that's been killing everybody else that's going to destroy us. I'd rather go out like that because, as I said, Baker's 50-50, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a crapshoot to me. He'll give it up. He can play good or he can give it up. But if you putting that pressure on him, he happy feet. He gets skittish in that pocket.
Yep.
He's that type of guy that he's erratic. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he's the guy that can actually keep us in the game and win it for us because he will give it up. I mean, but before, after that Ravens game, he had 7 straight games with the interception dating back
Yep.
to 2019. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? And let's not forget he threw 21 interceptions last year and 35 interceptions in his first 2 years.
Yeah. His decisions with the football are bad. You want it in his hands. You
Yeah.
want the ball in his hands.
I want the ball in his hands, and I want him to make those plays because show me you can make those plays. You get what I'm saying? Show me you can make those plays. So the defense really's got to make some good pressure, man. We just got to really come with an attitude and some anger. But let's talk about this offensive line right quick. So you got Collins out. They're talking about Tyron Smith playing. What do you think about the front? I like how Biadasz played against that damn Seattle game, and I've been calling for him from day one to be the starting center. But what's your kind of thoughts with Tyler Biadasz? Zach Martin's going back to right guard. Connor Williams playing left guard. They said a little bit about McGovern this week. Mike McCarthy did. What's your kind of thoughts on this influx on the offensive line going into this game?
I feel good about it. I mean, Connor Williams is always to me the weakest link on our offensive line, which is sad to say, especially when you have undrafted tackles.
Mm-hmm.
But also Connor Williams had the hardest task for the first 3 games, like
Mm-hmm.
straight up. He had the
Mm-hmm.
hardest task. So this one is not as heavy as a bench press as his first 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, with the addition of Tyron Smith and with the competition matchups not being what it was in the first 3 games,
Mm-hmm.
we should see some beautiful pockets. And with those beautiful pockets, this is gonna be another close to 400-yard game from Dak. Like they go through it, and I'm certain they go
You don't
through it
you,
because
you don't think you don't think this could be a game where Zeke can get 100? Because
it
I think
could.
because
It
I think
depends
this
if they trying to
because they
like
not a
counter
great
punch.
runs. I know they got a highly ranked run defense. I think they're like fifth in the league. But to
Yeah,
me,
they fit.
I feel like you can really run on these guys
And
though.
I heard your case on that, and I believe you right.
I really feel like you can
No,
run
I
on these
believe you
guys.
right on that. And Scott Linehan used to do that. Like he used to throw against the people that was the top ranked secondaries, and
Mm-hmm.
then run at the people that was the top ranked run stoppers. Like that was Scott Linehan. It was a physical way of attacking you where you say you strong. That was
Right.
Scott Linehan, and they could, but that would be a counter punch strategy, and it worked a lot of times with Scott Linehan. Because remember when we went out there against Detroit and we was earning it out with Tavon Austin,
Mm-hmm.
Tavon,
Right. Right.
yeah, and he dropped that touchdown. We earned it out with Tavon,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the number one ranked pass defense. And so he was a counterpuncher. Now I don't think we're going to do it because I'm starting to see the pattern of McCarthy. Like we all know Garrett, but we starting to learn McCarthy, and McCarthy, if his trend is the same, he came out against Seattle and threw 6 to 7 consecutive
His
times in a row.
first six passes, first six plays was passes.
He never, Garrett never, ever did that with Zeke, bro, or Murray, or anybody. Never. He did it early,
Mm-hmm.
but after 2014, when we became a run team. But what was the difference? Seattle had a top what? Run defense, top ranked run D, and we came out like this is gonna be that game. We putting Zeke to the shelf,
Yeah.
and Zeke could have ran. Zeke is in mid season form, y'all.
Yeah,
He could have got
yeah.
him 100.
Yeah, he could have got 100 in that game if they would have
But
forced it.
it was strategically, that was like we throwing on these balls.
Right, because their secondary is trash. We got to attack it.
Right.
And it was. I had no problem with what the game plan went in with because we still could have won the game. We beat ourselves.
We beat ourselves. So when you look at the numbers, you hit it on the head. Obviously, you researched it. They're fifth in rush defense, but they're 22nd in passing yards.
Right.
So it's like that's almost mirror Seattle. Like go back out there and speed it up and
they're ailing in the secondary. You get what I'm saying?
And they hurting in the secondary.
I mean, Terrence Mitchell, and I think the Cowboys drafted him in the very beginning. I know they got the young boy. What's his name? Gosh, he came from Ohio State. I can't remember his name right now. Somebody pop it in there right quick. But he's been up and down as far as his injuries. Like I told you about Thompson. They got Carl Joseph back there, but they got Andrejo, who's like one of the worst. Yeah, he's like one of the worst safeties in the league right now. So they can be attacked, and they are, like I said, they are ailing in the defense. Their injury report was massive. So
and Lamar had his way, to your point. Now Lamar
and he's not the most accurate guy, and he was 20 or 25 in that game.
He looked good that game.
Yeah, he did.
But
he was picking them apart.
Boy,
and look, Haskins was picking them apart. Haskins was doing what the problem is, and I really feel like Washington should have beat them, but Haskins kept them in the game with 2 stupid interceptions in the first half that turned over to Browns points. And then when they got the lead again, remember, they got the lead again. The Washington team got the lead again, but he threw another bad interception. They took it in and converted. Game over, pretty much. And so when I see that, and Burrow destroyed them in the air, and they could have kept running. So you can run pass on this defense. Like you can be a balanced team on this defense and get big chunk yards. It's not a big deal to get a 500-yard game on this Brown defense, even with the talent that they have, because I don't feel like, and let's remember, they have a first-year defensive coordinator as well over there. So we have to see that. They have a first-year defensive coordinator, so they're dealing with new things over there too. So we need to really attack that, but I definitely feel like this is a game where Zeke needs to get his carries because I don't mind Dak throwing the ball at all. But I don't really want to see him throwing 40 times this game if he don't got to. I like to see Ezekiel Elliott get a 22 to 25 carry game and Dak throwing about 35 passes a game. I think that's a really good game to me for both guys. And we coming out with Zeke getting 150, 100 or less, like 150, 120, something like that, 110, something like that. And then Dak getting you about a good 280, 300. That's a good game to me.
It's great that, and see, we could do that. I would actually go the opposite though, man. This game,
Mm-hmm.
I would go fast
Denzel
break,
Ward.
bro.
You want to
I
fast
would
break
go
them? I'll definitely quick
super
tempo.
fast break.
Super fast
Like,
break them.
yeah, and I'm gonna even take it a step further and say this, bro. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys is a vertical team.
We are. We
And I
are. We
think
have the
we
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 have the vertical
we we
players.
still kind of partially keeping the training wheels on Dak. Like with
Cause
certain
of Zeke
quarterbacks,
though,
yeah,
you
but
know
I'm
that.
like I
But you
we
got. You
we
know why the.
super cold when we throwing downfield,
I know
bro.
we are, but you have to understand. They just paid Zeke that money last year. He's making 15 million a year. You know, in their hearts, they're saying he's making 15 million a year. He got to get carries. That's why Tony Pollard's not
Yeah,
seeing the
and
field. If we had a running back that was not making that much, Tony Pollard would be seeing the field more. Number
yeah,
one.
and I agree. And it's smart to play him because he already looking so good. He like when he started out in midseason form against the Rams, Zeke is gonna still explode. But sometimes there's certain games to where the chess pieces don't match you. And see the New England style is how McCarthy seems to be going about it. Like, so there are going to be people on the schedule that's going to fit a running style more than a passing style.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I wouldn't want us to be like anxious because of his contract now. It's like he go get there with the rest of the games that we have left. Like this game says to me, go fast. Because if you go fast, and especially if we come out and strike early and maybe get up 14-3, 14-7, that plays right into our hands to where we want what Baker to feel like he got to throw him
And
out.
and 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 McCarthy even said we want to get it to our situation where our defense can pin their ears back and just attack.
Right. Because if we make it a running game, now we
Uh,
got two sluggers. We fighting they fight. We fighting that grind game, and we gonna make it a possession game where it's gonna be few possessions. I want a faster game to where we got a
well, what
lot
I'm
of
saying, what
possession.
I'm saying is, I don't want us to be running where it's hunkered down, where we're just forced to run with Zeke force. I don't want it to be like that. But what I do say is, when like, hey, we can start out on first couple downs passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still be able to get Zeke in there where he can get some
Right.
rhythm, because I think he's the type that if you do a play action or a good draw play, he can eat on this defense, dog. And I think
And
he
I'm
can
I'm
he
gonna
can
tell
get
you how they
stronger on
need to
this
use Zeke,
defense.
bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Because I could tell you scouted him.
Mm-hmm.
Remember where they was really killing the Bengals using mixing catching out the backfield. I think they need him to catch this game because Mixon was killing them catching
On them
out the backfield.
screenplays. The
He was
Washington
killing them.
Washington was killing them on the screenplays. It's like,
Yeah,
but we're not a
they
good.
vulnerable at
It's like we.
linebacker
I
for
don't
that.
know why we can't be a good screen team, because I think Zeke is good in the screen game. Although he did have the 3 drops, that's
Yeah,
unacceptable. But I don't
it
think
was
he's gonna
4,
do that
bro.
again. I don't think he's gonna do that again. I think
Yeah,
Zeke is one of those guys that takes that shit personal, and he doesn't like. He's not gonna have himself, because I think he takes that personal. Like, he don't want people talking about him, saying him this and that. So I think he's definitely gonna clean that up. But I agree. Drop some screen passes to him. Get him loose early. But I definitely feel like you can still throw the ball a lot, and Zeke can still get about 20 carries.
yeah. And so basically, I think we meeting in the middle from this standpoint. Use Zeke, but use him off the pass. So like we always have been a team since 2014 that we basically pass off the run. So once we establish a good run game, that opens up our pass game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we need to open up with our pass game and but use Zeke still aggressively, but almost like in a hurry up where you kind of on your heels and you getting hit with that pass, and then boom, all of a sudden Zeke downhill on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Come
but
at
we
him with
doing
some
it off
good
the
passes, then
pass.
boom, hit him with a quick draw play, and Zeke come
Yeah,
like you said, Zeke coming downhill on your ass.
downhill on you, and
And then let's come with a quick, no huddle
yeah,
back to the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Keep
right.
them on their
Speed it up.
heels. Speed
Yeah,
it up.
speed
Keep
it
on them
up.
heels. Because like I said, he's a first year coordinator on the Browns. So
Right. Yeah,
so
speed
let's
it up.
let's put
Yeah,
pressure
speed it
on
up.
him. And it will feel really good. Start out 7-0, like you said, 10-0, 14-0, because then that plays into our hands on putting Baker the game on Baker, because they're going to have to throw the ball. They're not going to sit there and try to run all the time. And Baker, when he's trying to make a play, he forces it.
Right.
And that's what
He
we want him
does.
to do.
It's
He
what you
forces
want.
the action, and we want
Right.
him to force the action. Get him to
Right.
force the action, because when he forces the action, he makes big mistakes. That's just the
Right.
truth. That's what he does.
And I noticed something else about the offense. They very Scott Linehan-ish over there, bro.
Yeah.
They very predictable, bro. Like you can see what their tendencies are so clear.
Mm-hmm.
Crossing patterns, and they so dumb. I ain't gonna call them dumb, but you can see the lack of common sense, like we used to see with Garrett, where you ran the ball so effectively, but you didn't use play action. Even though this team uses play action, you know what's real silly about them? They'll be super effectively running the ball, then they'll go empty set on passing downs, even on thirds and shorts. It's like, so like if you're doing that and it's third and medium, right? Or third and short, I'm automatically, if I'm a D coordinator, bracket Landry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the next threat,
Mm-hmm.
but they take away all their threats. So any solid quality D coordinator should know how to scheme against this guy, bro. Because it was like where you see smart setups was the Rams.
Right.
The Rams was like chess masters.
Yeah. Well,
This mess we see
McVay's
with
the
the
truth, dog.
Browns.
McVay's the truth, bro.
Yeah,
He's a good coach.
true.
He's a good ass coach, dog.
Good ass coach, bro. He really is. He really is. So, like, I was encouraged watching the film because when I'm already knowing your patterns and it only took me 2 games to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's like and I know because then real D coordinators, they go have a lot of more analytics than I would ever have, right? So they'll have all your tendencies broken down by formation, and you could see clear tendencies from the Browns based on formations. It was like, bruh. So like this is a game that honestly we would have to beat ourselves because like on paper we're better. We coming out way more explosion on offense. We playing at home.
We're the better team,
crowd.
and we cannot play down to them, even with their talent.
Yeah.
I still, and it's no disrespect, but it's still the Browns. I mean, it just is. Like they have talent, but they still play like them Browns.
And you know what? We would be stupid to take these light.
I'm not taking them lightly.
And I know you not, but I'm saying like
I'm just hoping the team.
If we come out like hockey
flat,
on these guys,
if we come out flat, that's gonna piss me off because that's gonna tell me long game.
And it long game.
That's going to be a long ass game.
You can't watch the talent level though and not say they got some beasts,
they
right?
Got
you know
some
what
talent.
I mean?
Yeah, like, across the board.
Offensive
line, running backs, receivers.
Because they wearing brown and orange. No, bro. Like that's still Odell Beckham, bro. That's still Landry, bro. That's Hunt. That's Hunt as the second running back.
Right.
Chuck, bro. And then you got Hopper and a Duke. Bro, all them boys ballers. Yeah. Like that. See, and that's where I feel what you feeling in terms of where this could be a little bit of a trap if we come out flat, bro. If we come out flat, bro,
we cannot come out flat this game. Like that's if we come out flat, all Cowboys fans are like, oh my God, here we go.
Here we go.
Because this is gonna be that game where you cannot be flat. Because the Browns, like I told my dude yesterday, Dallas, I want them to make sure that they don't take the opponent lightly, but the Browns are geeked up to play the Cowboys. The Cowboys are probably not geeked up to play the Browns. That's just what it is. I mean, it's human nature. It's human nature. But these Browns, they're geeked to come into Dallas because they want to prove a point. Because regardless of what our record is at 1-2, it's a notch on anybody's belt to beat the Cowboys because we have talent. and that's going to make them feel good about themselves. Them going 3-1, and we beat the Cowboys, who's a very talented team. They wanting that because they want that. We want our respect. So this is a way of us getting our respect is coming into Dallas and beating y'all because they ain't beat us since '94, dog.
Yeah, now and then the mentalities of the guys over there are the types that want to upset you. Baker Mayfield, he that type. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like give it to him. I got to give him credit, man. My boy got moxie. He got swag, and I think he mean it. Like he a competitor. You know what I mean? He don't have the pause and ball protection of Dak, but he a competitor.
Yeah, he
Landry go be over there. He go be like, I
Nah,
want to take
Landry's
out Dallas.
Landry's that guy.
Dog, yeah.
He don't back down from nobody. He's the one that can be the inspirational guy for you, and that's why I don't want him to get loose in the beginning at all because he's that mental case where he can get that whole team fired up. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want
Yes.
him getting anything early. That's the guy. OBJ, I know, but Landry is the guy to me.
Yeah. And LBJ,
Cause he's a head case, bro. Like he's
he could
nasty
explode.
talent.
So
He could
it's
explode.
a dangerous game.
It's a dangerous game because it just takes one play with him because he's that damn talented.
For real.
That's the scary part with him because he's the type you could throw it to me, he'll drop a bad pass, but then you come back and throw another laser to him and he'll catch an unbelievable pass, take it to the house, and next thing you know, you're like, damn, he's that guy.
Yeah.
So you can never rest on him. You can never sleep on him. So as to your point, they have a phenomenal offense as far as talent-wise.
Yeah.
And you can't sleep on that. So that's why the Dallas defense more because I feel like the offense is going to come to play. I hope that we don't be on that BS. But that defense, dog, y'all got to come to play. Y'all got to do y'all assignments up front. Okay? Jalen Smith, Joe Thomas, y'all got to make the right calls up there. You know what I'm saying? We can't have the confusion up front. I mean, that 4th and 3, that was Thomas's guy, Jalen Smith, Thomas, one of you guys. That's a play that y'all got to make. You get what I'm saying? Them tiny little mistakes are what's hurting our team. And we got to clean those up or it's going to be a long season, man.
Yeah. I mean, I want to conclude with this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I do have hope because I'm seeing a trend. I'm seeing that Dallas COVID really hurt Dallas and I heard y'all show with Jesse Holly. It was an awesome show, bro, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Jesse Holly made a good point, and it's just true. The lack of preseason hurt Dallas the worst because we was robbed the 2 weeks of prep that you're supposed to get in training camp because of COVID. Like all teams with new coaches supposed to get 2 weeks extra worth of practice, and we didn't get that. And so when I look at the trend of our D, how we couldn't stop the run game 1, but we was run stopping game 2 and 3. When I look at the pass rush wasn't there game 1, wasn't there game 2, but was there game 3, right? If that pattern remains, we go stop the run and we go get pressure, but this time we need our back end to hold up. If that happens, and if Diggs start coming down with some of those balls, because he dropping interceptions, he should have 3 interceptions right now.
Yes.
So when I think he go settle in and actually start being the ball guy that he is, and I think we go start getting some. If we keep trending like that, we really kind of on a preseason track, if you know what I mean, where we go be going into game 4 and our defense finally settled in. It was easier for our offense to settle in because the newest piece was just Lamb. Everybody else is like, oh, that's my guy Gallup, that's my guy Coop. Hey, man, coming to my house, I just build a field. Right. We gonna be out here all summer. Right. And offense like this now, man, come on.
Right, and that offense
it was that defense
good.
that went from standing up, sitting down, hand and ground, 3-4-4-3 principles, new safeties, new terminators. That's taking a little while. So if the defense continues to just stay on this path of going progressively better, it's going to level off to like major success because that offense already like I'm making some crazy graphs with my hand, but the offense already high.
I'm feeling it.
Defense is trying to get there, and when they both do that, shit, we go on a retarded run, like crazy run, and that's what I'm kind of thinking that could happen. So my main thing that I'm gonna watch is: do we stop the run? Are we still getting pressure? And did that back end improve? If so, man, kick our feet up, man. We finna win like 12 games.
Hey, man, all I know is this. Right now, this is what the Cowboys need. This is before we head out of here.
Yeah.
This is the game, to me, that the Cowboys need because we're getting ready to play against the Giants. If we beat the Giants, everybody, yeah, the Giants suck. The Washington team sucks. We ain't going to get no kind of respect beating these teams. I feel like we will at least get a little respect with Cleveland, even though they're Cleveland in the aura, they have talent. If we go in, this is a game that we need to have a whoop-ass game, boss. We need to have a game where we didn't come back and win in the last minute or we only won by 3 in the fourth quarter. This needs to be a comfortable winning game to me for psyche.
Right.
I really feel like we need a game like this because it's been too rough of a road these first 3 games. I mean, it's been hella pressure these first 3 games. There's been crazy excitement. I made the post. Cowboys starting on their own 23-yard line. Opponents are starting damn near at their own 35 against us. And when people and Jesse Holly made a great point with this with Kellen Moore, and I was just feeling them. Like Dallas is taking their drives and they're starting at the 23-yard line or earlier, and that's a 7, 8, 9 play drive. And that's happening every time. And you have to be a damn good coordinator to keep on dialing up plays that long every single time you get the ball. And people don't understand that. I was thinking that, but him bringing it to my attention just opened my eyes to it like, yo, bro, that is hard for you to every time we're getting the ball, we're having to take it all the way down the field. We are never getting our offense on the 40-yard line of their team on their side of the field. We are never getting a short field where we can just get the ball, 2 plays, score a touchdown, and then defense is right back on. We're always getting the ball on the 10, the 15-yard line and have to take it all the way down the field. Man, that takes a lot of your offense. It's a lot of stress, and it's a lot of pressure, man, and people don't see that, and that's what the Cowboys need to stop. We need to be more quick strike, and the defense needs to put us in better positions, and our punting game has to be better because if you're punting, we got to pin these guys farther back and not giving these guys good field position as well.
Yeah, man. And see, that's all hopeful what you said, because that's all that says is we need turnovers. We need a strip sack. We need just something like that. We need just some guys to emerge and get the ball. That's all we need. That tells you, man, that base, bro, when you think about what you just said, bro, all those long drives and we beat Atlanta, we almost beat Seattle. We turned the ball over 3 times and they basically started from their 43 times. Bro, that tell you our offense on the Super Bowl level.
I mean,
that's
we're
what
getting
that's
the ball.
saying, bro. Our
That's
offense
what it is. They're saying that,
crazy.
and that's why I don't understand why people are so mad at Kellen Moore. He got to go. That's an explosive offense when you have to take it down the field every time, and we're averaging damn near 30 points a game.
Bro, that's amazing what you just said, bro. That's amazing. I don't understand the fire Kellen crowd. I don't
get
them.
it because
I never
we
got it. I
said-
didn't get it last year.
I'm not getting it when they say be aggressive, and then we see Seattle's got a weak secondary, and we attack them 6 straight plays. We come after them. Do people forget that long-ass pass to Gallup? We were on our 1-yard line, and he went deep. We're mad at that? Isn't that being aggressive?
Yeah.
He's seen the one-on-one coverage. Let's go deep. We got a matchup man-to-man. We're on our own 1-yard line. We're going deep. How much – what do you want this kid to do? I'm not saying he's perfect.
Remember last year what we used to say, or the last 4 years? We ain't finishing drives. Remember how everybody used to get mad?
We keeps getting field goals. Dog, we're like almost 80% in the red zone this year.
Bro,
and we're
that's
crying
true.
about that. We're
really
scoring.
cry-
What do we cry? What did we cry about the last few years? We're getting in the red zone and doing field goals. We're not doing that. We're scoring touchdowns.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And we're still mad?
Yeah,
Man,
I think
that.
I
don't
don't
get
know,
that.
man. Yeah, like Kellen, and then this year too for Kellen. Like, if you don't see the value in Kellen, like, I
don't get it. Like,
Yeah,
I really don't.
I don't.
And whatever.
And then it's common sense in the red zone, bro. Like
Bro.
running Zeke, quarterback sneak, just smart jump balls to your best guy that can jump like Gallup. Just smart.
I mean, they said do
Like-
some RPOs inside, and he did it.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
did
don't.
that. Did let's get him a real lead blocker that's a fool, and Antoine Woods who will actually go blow somebody up, and they keep doing it because it's like we getting ready to physically. You just common sense, and you mad?
Right, and they talking about, oh, those are bad screenplays. Yeah, a couple were, but if Zeke catches those screen passes where he was open, because them screenplays were open, they
Oh
were
man,
open.
they
Those
were
two,
40 yarders.
dog, those two he dropped those. The field was so freaking
Yeah,
wide open, and he
yeah,
drops it. Is that's
yeah.
Kellen Moore's fault that Zeke drops a
Nah,
wide open screenplay where he had blockers
nah,
ready for him? Everybody was peeled. It was set up perfect. That's Kellen Moore's
nah,
fault.
man,
Y'all
nah.
need to really watch this game, man. Y'all need to get some
It's,
NFL film. Like I said, he ain't no perfect offensive coordinator by any means. I'm not saying that, but
no,
y'all saying this fire Kellen shit. I ain't feeling y'all, man.
man, stop it, bro. That's
Man, stop.
crazy,
Y'all,
bro.
y'all spoiled, bro. Like
Like
anytime
again, we
something happens.
number one in yards again,
Number
bro. It's not an
one. We was
accident.
number one all
Again,
year. We're number one.
again.
Number one.
You gonna fire that?
You're firing the
No,
number one offense. Like we have
leave that
one of the
alone.
top offenses. We're like number 8th in the whole league.
Hey, they
And
listen,
it
bro.
would
They
be
treat
higher
Kelly
if
more
Zeke
like they treat Dak, bro.
right. Like if Zeke,
Kelly Moore got to call perfect games.
he does. Dak got to play a perfect game, and Kellen Moore got to call a perfect game. If
Nah,
that don't
bro.
happen, then we suck. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, great show,
But
man. Appreciate you because I know you got to go to dinner, man. I appreciate you taking some time out to me like we doing. The final thoughts, another great episode here, locked up and loaded. Big Game James, my dog, Boss Cowboys, talking about Cowboys, Browns, our final thoughts. Man, this shit was awesome. Great information, great vibe. You know how we always do. But as always, before you head out of here, my big dog, let them know where they can find you, all that good stuff, and make sure they check out his readings, man. The man writes, and his writings are really good. Go check him out. Let them know where they can find you with that.
yeah, Boss Cowboy Sports on Facebook. It's at Boss Cowboy Sports. And then I do recaps immediately right after the game, about an hour, at the most 2 hours after the game. You go get my thoughts on it. And I really spot the trends a lot. So that's what my real thing is. I'm a trendsetter or spotter, I would say. So, and then, which allows me to be able to project going forward. So yeah, definitely check out those articles. Because I was going to actually write about what I just talked about, it, the defense trending in the right direction, even though it don't seem like it.
I agree with you. People don't want to look at it, but if you really look at our defensive performance, it hasn't been terrible. We've been shooting ourselves in our foot defensively. If
Yeah.
we make the right plays, man, like just I hate to say the last thing about it, but that Seattle game, it didn't look good. Russell throwing 5 touchdowns, but if you really look how that went, it was us and not them.
It was us.
It was us. It was our defense making it easier for them because we had them so many times. Russ and them didn't do anything spectacular in that game. They
No.
didn't.
No.
I watched the tape like 3 times, dog. They didn't do anything spectacular. Now, they saw trends. They saw patterns and trends. They did. They saw. But at the end of the day, it was more us making bad calls, bad missed assignments, and shooting ourselves in the foot. Once we can clean that up, and we have to stop saying that, then we can feel like we can go on a 3, 4, 5, 6 game run.
And I ain't never said this, but I'm going to say this before we get out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We got whooped by them refs that game.
Oh my God! And I don't
never say that
right,
either,
and
bro.
it's sad
I
because
never say it, bro.
and I
but
hate saying that, because you sound like one of them guys when you say it. But
Yeah.
that game was terrible with the reffing. But it's like,
bro,
what are you
like
supposed to do, man? Like
going into the half,
you see
they
so many.
last 2 drives was all flags.
Dog, you just 3 flags in a row that basically gave him a touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like the one on Brandon Carr in the end zone. It's just like,
Bruh.
And when you see these other games in these TV, they're not consistent because you watch other games. These players are doing the same exact things, and it's not getting called. And as a Cowboy fan, I don't want to cry that flag shit and conspiracy shit, but sometimes when I sit there and look, I'll be like, look, I ain't on the conspiracy train, but damn, what the hell is this?
Right.
Like, that don't make sense that we're getting this call, and it's like,
Yeah,
I
that
can't watch a
call,
Cowboy game and be excited on. Remember we talked about
that
I can't
Jalen push out of bounds.
yeah, I
like,
can't be excited on no plays with the Cowboys because the first thing I'm always doing is looking for a flag. Any positive gain the Cowboys get, anything over 10 yards, I'm looking for a flag.
And I'm gonna tell you one more thing. They really whooped us on the no holding calls. Ooh, they were holding. Boy, Tristan was getting towed up on that holding. So anyway,
I don't
Hopefully
know.
we get our flags this
Hopefully we get
time.
our flags, and let's hope we got that mentality that we need a big win. We need a monster mashing win to get our psyche the way I feel like we want heading into this big run in the NFC. Because we got 4 straight NFC games, and this is a time where we can go 4-0 in that NFC, which will be huge. 3-0 in our division. Knock off the Cardinals, then we right back in it. We get these Browns, we're right back in it at like a 6-2 headed into the Pittsburgh game, which that's going to be a one because that's going to be one of the games of the year. It always is. So I'm gonna let you get out of here. I appreciate you, big dog. Shout out to everybody that was in the feed. Had a great crowd in here. Boss, you always bring that great crowd. It ain't me. It's Boss bring all these damn people on here. Shout out to everybody that was on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube, our members, all the members that was on here today. Let me give a few shout outs before I get out of here. Boss, Milton Green, Jim Laws, Randy Styles, Kermit White, Speedy Guerrero, KMT, Proud King